Hi everyone. I just wanted to get on and do a quick video showing you how our protected pepper spray works, since it is a little bit different than just a standard pepper spray. Just a little bit about our pepper sprays in general from Damsel in Defense. Our pepper sprays have a UV dye in them, which means that when you spray your attacker and they get away later on, if the police catch up with them, they can shine a black light over their face. If they've been sprayed, their face will glow under a black light, and that lasts about a week. So they'll give the police a pretty good idea that that's the attacker, so it'll make it a lot easier in that process. So if you know about our stun guns, you know that our stun guns have a disable pin. And what that means is that if the attacker takes the stun gun away, if the cord is wrapped around your wrist, the stun gun cannot be used against you by the attacker. They'll have the main device, but you would keep the pin around your wrist and just disabling the stun gun. So this particular pepper spray works the same way. And before I forget, this does also come in a pink and purple color, the pastel pink and purple, not the real bright ones. So any pepper spray that you get is going to look just like this. Okay, there's the nozzle. Okay, and by the way, just so you know, this is my demo. It has never had pepper spray in it. It did have water in it a long time ago, and now it's empty. So don't worry about your safety through the video and my safety here. Okay, so pepper spray in general. Right now, as you can see, there's this gap here. Okay. Right now, the little flap that you push down is locked because it is sitting against this black part that sits higher, okay? When you go to use it, you will switch that over. Now you're able to push down, and that gap gives you the room to actually release the pepper spray, okay? Now, obviously you're not gonna be pointing it at yourself when you're going to use it. So what you would be doing though is you would be holding it out, you would be using your thumb to move that over, to move the switch over, okay, and then you would push down. You would want to spray eyes, nose, mouth, because it does come out in a stream. It shoots about 16 feet, so it gives you a little bit of a distance. You don't have to wait for them to get right up on you. You've got to be careful, especially if you have lung asthma issues. If it's a windy day, no matter what, whether it's windy or not, you're going to want to run to get out of there once you spray. You're not going to stick around and watch them suffer, because they do stay down for about 20 minutes. Their eyes obviously burn, their skin burns, they salivate uncontrollably because their lungs swell up. It makes it hard for them to breathe, and unless they have lung issues, you know, it's not fatal. This is made from peppers. It's pepper spray, so there's nothing harmful in it, just really, really hot peppers, okay? And so that's how you use any pepper spray, okay? Now this particular pepper spray, as you can see, I described how our stun guns work. This is the exact same way. It's a different type of disable pin though. It's not one that's easily, you know, you take the pin in and out when you're not using it. And you can do that with this. It's just a little bit more complicated, which is why I'm making this video to show you exactly how that does work. Okay, so again, it is absolutely 100% vital that you wear this around your wrist. If you don't wear it around your wrist and the attacker takes it away, they're going to take the pin and all, and that defeats the purpose of it. So make sure when you're carrying it, you put it around your wrist, hold it like this with your right hand. Okay, again, arms straight out, using your thumb because that's got the most strength, and you don't want to use your forefinger, okay? Twist it over, and if you're feeling highly vulnerable, go ahead and just twist it and hold it like this, so that all you have to do is tell your brain to push the button. I tell them the same way with my stun guns. Go ahead and turn that stun gun completely on, put your thumb on the button so that when you see something, you just, boom, you're ready to go, okay? All right, so the attacker, how this works. So again, like I showed you earlier, there's the gap that allows you to press down, which releases the pepper spray. Okay, so pretend, this is not how I would carry it, of course, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to pretend like I'm pushing it down. Now notice again the gap, okay? Now the attacker is taking it away, so I'm going to release the pin. Okay, now look, sorry, I'm going backwards here. There's no more gap there. What happened was when I took the pin out, when the pin came out, it pushed the can down so that now it cannot be pushed, the flap can't be pushed down. Okay, in fact, you can actually see the can at the bottom where the disable pin was. okay? So now our pepper sprays are one-time use. So if this happens, if for any reason, whether you discharge it yourself by, well, hopefully it wouldn't be by accident, but you know, say you were like curious, and you're like, I want to see how this works, okay? If you discharge it, then you need to get another one. Now you don't have to get a whole new device, okay? You can take a screwdriver and pop this bottom out and put a new one in. You just have to be really, really careful doing that because you would have to turn the pepper spray on. So if you ever do have to refill it, make sure that when you press down to push the can out, make sure that you're pressing on the circular part, not the flap. Otherwise you're going to discharge it, okay? But hopefully that won't happen, okay? But if you do release it, you will need to replace it for a few reasons. One, it's going to decrease that 16 feet distance, and you want all the distance you have. Two, it's going to decrease the potency. Right now it's 18% OC, which if that means anything to you, it just means it's very, very, very hot. It's the hottest amount allowed to be carried by citizens. And so typical pepper spray is about 10%. So 18% is a pretty big difference. So you want to be very careful with this stuff. Now, say you did want to keep it out. Maybe you have kids, right? You have toddlers, and you want to carry a pepper spray, but you are afraid your kids are going to get it. Okay, just like our stun guns, take the pin out, keep the pin. Tyler's not going to be able to get this particular pin in. They might be able to figure out the stun gun pins, but this one's pretty different. So just keep it out. But obviously you're going to need to know how to put the key back in. So here's how it works. I still have it out, so the can is still down there. The purpose of this key when putting it back in is to push the can up. So if you can see, it kind of looks like an airplane is how I like to describe it. Okay, that's like the tail of it, and these are the wings. Okay, I'm going to hold the wings under my thumb. I'm going to start out with the tail up. I'm going to use that tail to push that can up. All I'm doing is pushing the can back up. See, now I can see the gap again, and you can no longer see the can. Okay, so now I've got the can up, so now I'm going to put it back up there, but while it's in, I'm going to flip it up and push it in until it clicks. And now I'm ready to go, okay? So if you have little kids, now make sure you turn that flap, because when you push it back up, the flap's going to be on. So make sure that you remember to lock it back by turning it, okay? So that's pretty much the gist of it. This is an excellent, this is the pepper spray I carry. I don't have to worry about it accidentally discharging in my purse if I keep the pen out. But please make sure that if you find yourself going out into a dark parking lot, before you leave, please take the time to put it back together if you have it apart, okay? If you don't have kids and you don't really have any reason to take the pin out, just leave it in. It's so much easier, okay? So you can, you know, go to my page if you need to order one. Again, they come in a pastel and a pink and purple, as well as this black, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching the video. Bye.